He's special. He really is.
Game after game after game, he's the guy.
The creativity, the IQ, he has it all.
I love watching this guy play. He's one of my favorite defensemen in the game.
Rebound Hughes, backhander, he scores. 51 seconds into overtime.
This guy just keeps getting better and better and better.
A star player in the making.
Quinn Hughes comes up front, punt goes and scores.
What a patient play by Quinn Hughes. Look at that.
So poised, so calm, so cool.
It's just about every game he does something that makes you do a double take.
Superstar defenseman Quinn Hughes putting his stamp on the Canucks record books already.
And has even put it on an understated show night after night.
He's just going to be one of those great all-around defensemen for the Vancouver Canucks for a long time.
My next guest from the NHL Media Day is a member of one of the NHL's first families and just so happens to have set the Canucks record for points by a defenseman. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Quinn Hughes. And Quinn, I know this day can be exhausting. Are we at least close to the start of your day?
Yeah, I mean, it's still early. It's not too bad yet.
All right. Let us know if it gets too bad, and we'll let you go as quickly as possible. I mentioned the first family of hockey. Quinn, of course, Jack, now Luke. Pops played. Mom wasn't just an athlete. She was a crazy athlete. I know Brady Tkachuk is walking around Media Day today as well. You guys have a bit of a past, too, through the U.S. developmental program. Do you guys quietly fight for the title of the first family of hockey, or does that matter when the Sutters exist?
No, I think you hit it right there. There's been a bunch of different families with the Stalls and Sutters, and obviously, like, we're very humbled, to have, Jack playing and hopefully Luke in the next little while. And it's pretty cool. And the Tkachuks, like you said, Brady and Matthew, they got a little good thing going. Now they're going to see each other 4 times a year in the Atlantic together. But, yeah, feel bad for those guys. But, me and Jack, like, we're humbled to, both be playing in the NHL. And, like I said, hopefully Luke can get in. But there's definitely been a bunch of other families as well.
Yeah, those two battle, and they're going to play in the same division. That'll be fun to watch.
I feel bad for Keith and Chantel. They're going to be. I wonder if we see a Tkachuk fight this year.
Listen, I grew up in a house of 4 boys, and all I got out of it, honest to God, was how to take a punch. I was the youngest of 4 boys. Yeah. All I got out of it was how to take a punch. So I think those two may have gone toe-to-toe a few times in the past, and you might have had a front row view of it. Speaking of brothers, do you ever see like a little bit of your game in either of your brothers?
Yeah, that's a good question. Definitely in Luke. I mean, watching Luke at World Juniors, he's a pretty special player. He's going to be really good. And he's so explosive off the offensive blue line, and he can play left or right. And he's got a lot of hockey sense. Honestly, I think he's kind of a spitting image of me, except he's longer and probably a better skater too, because he's got a long reach and he's bigger, and he's going to be a really good player. He'll be fun to watch. I'm excited for everyone to see him at some point.
That's a pretty high compliment. A lot of the Canadians did see him in the World Junior Tournament, of course, and playing at Michigan. You get a few eyes too. We had Jack on from last year's Media Day, and it was a great convo. I mean, to me, he sounds like a fun kid to be around. But besides him calling me Sid at the end and breaking my heart a little bit, he kind of went viral for sticking up for you and your game and your dash. And I know that you saw it a little bit. My point was that you made him look good going from the dash 24 to a plus 10. And I know that stat is team-based, but is that something you worked on improving or just a product of the overall team?
Yeah, he's funny. He's a good guy. And but yeah, regarding his statement, I mean, I was really upset with how my second year went defensively and how the team did. That was really tough on me because, my first year, everything was like rainbows. And, the year was going really well. We went to the playoffs, Game 7, second round. And then the second year, we hit some adversity. And it was tough. I mean, I had to play McDavid 10 times and Amats 10 times. That ain't easy. And then that's a couple dashes there for sure. But, yeah, my third year, I kind of just worked on, being a little bit more defensive-minded. And, of course, I had Demko, who had an unreal year, and he helped out. And Luke Shen as a D partner was stabilizing. But, yeah, I'll see if we can do it again this year.
Nice. So you mentioned that first year, and obviously you get a taste of the playoffs, and we're pretty damn good yourself in that first year. Does it feel like you guys are getting close to getting back to that spot?
Yeah, I mean, last year was hard because we started off so poorly, and then when Bruce came in, we won like 9 in a row, and we kind of were rolling. I don't know exactly what our record was, but I think it was like 31, 10, and 12 with Bruce. And we were kind of rolling there for a bit, and we missed the playoffs by 3 points, I think what it was. And so this year we added some guys, and I think our younger guys, including myself, are getting a bit older and are ready to take another step. And I know in Vancouver we're really excited, and I think that we can make a push to the playoffs and hopefully do well in it. But starts in Edmonton.
Only because the board came up while you were talking. I know it's 32, 15, and 10 under Bruce Boudreau. It's still pretty damn good. And obviously we saw kind of the push that you guys. What was the difference having Bruce Boudreau in the room?
Yeah, I mean, nothing to take away from Greener and Bomber and that whole staff. I mean, I love those guys, and they brought me in the league and helped me a lot. But as far as Bruce, I mean, he was just such a calming, personality. He came in, he kind of brought the fun and joy back to it. And when you're losing, especially in a Canadian market, it's not easy, and I think a lot of guys are feeling the heat. And I know, like, when Bruce came back, I think Brock had, like, 6 goals in 7 games, and Petey started to find his game. And for me, I think I was just, my game continued to grow. And another thing is, like, me and Petey, we missed training camp, and it was kind of, we were going into the year, like, I think we had 4 days in Vancouver, and I think we just found our footing later in the year. And for Bruce, he's a great guy, and he's a really smart coach, and he knows how to win, and he can get the best out of us. And I'm excited to have a full year with him.
How big was it getting JT Miller locked down?
Yeah, Mills, he's so competitive, and he's a great player, and he obviously led our team last year. And he wanted to be in Vancouver, and I'm happy we signed him. And his best days are in front of him. I still truly believe that, and I know he's hungry and he wants to make the playoffs and contend. So that was huge for us.
Even the average hockey fan knows the term right shot defenseman because they're so valuable. I've heard some talk that you might play some of the right side this year. Is there any truth to that?
I think there is. I mean, we'll see what happens. I haven't talked to Bruce yet. I haven't seen him yet, but yeah, I mean, what I do know is I got a really good option on the left side with Luke Shen playing the right. We were really good last year together, and I really enjoyed that. And he stabilized me in a lot of ways, and that's a really good option for me this year. But I was working on the right side this summer. I do think there's a lot of options on the offensive side where I can take advantage of some things a little bit more. So I think that's what I'm looking into, and it all depends on what we need as a decor too.
Hey, last one for you here. I've seen video of Bruce Boudreau. We brought him up a couple of times. Seeing wrestler Kevin Owens and talking WWE wrestling. Like, he's a big fan. Did you know he was a big wrestling guy? And what's your wrestling knowledge?
Honestly, I had no idea he was into wrestling. And when I saw the video, I just saw the caption that it was like Bruce Boudreau is like, this is his favorite guy ever. I didn't even watch the video, so I don't even know what he said. So I just took that, jacked. Okay, Bruce likes wrestling. Yeah, I was like, all right, he likes wrestling, whatever, and I just kept scrolling. So I can't really speak on that. But and as far as my knowledge with wrestling, it's pretty much nothing. So
we'll have to get Bruce to talk you into it. Hey, listen, Jack last year, you this year. I guess it's Luke next year. We know these days can be long, and appreciate you doing it. Hopefully, we can catch up down the road. Thanks for this.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate it.